Welcome to another episode of the Valley Culture Podcast, brought to you by Precision Photography and Multimedia, as well as the Chamber of Commerce for Greater Brawley. Thank you guys for tuning in. I would also like to thank today's sponsor, Nana's Kitchen. If you guys haven't tried out their food, you guys are missing out. If you're in the need or you're looking to get some great Mexican authentic food, hit up Nana's Kitchen. If you are watching us on YouTube, thank you so much. And if you are listening to us on Apple Podcast or Spotify, thank you so much. We're so happy for you guys to be tuning in. And I am so excited for today's guest. I had the pleasure of meeting her a couple of years back, and then working with her recently. So I'm so excited that she was able to come and be on today's podcast. And without further ado, I would like to present Aida Obeso Martinez.
Hello,
Aida,
hello.
how are you?
I'm super good. It's Friday, so
Yes.
that's a good day.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know you just got out of work.
I got out of work.
You are a busy woman. I know you
Yes.
have a lot of things going on right now. So thank you for taking the time.
Yes, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes. So I remember we met you a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You had reached out. We took some headshots for you, right?
Yes. So we took my headshots
Yes.
and we used them for my business cards, I guess
I
if you want to
believe
call
so,
it.
yeah.
And then for my headshots for work. So,
Yes.
you know, a little nice picture.
You came out so pretty.
Thank you. Thank you.
You were naturally
It's all
beautiful.
you guys. It's all you guys.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then I know that we also, and I was like, she's so awesome because you trusted us with your
My grandbaby.
grandbabies.
Yes.
Your
So
grandbaby's
she was
pictures.
like just fresh out the
Yes.
womb. She was just a baby. And I was like, do you guys do infant shots
Yeah.
or newborn shots? And you're like, yeah. And so,
We were.
yeah.
I remember first we were like, we had never done it.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what, we don't. And you were just like, you know what, I
trust
don't
you.
think you trust
Uh-huh.
us, and I thank you for that.
No,
And
they came
such a
out beautiful. They're
baby.
still hung up in my room
And I
and the
remember
babies.
when we
yeah.
went to your house a couple, I think like last week,
Uh-huh.
lo miramos
Uh-huh.
ahí en un cuadro.
It's
I'm
a
like,
little
"Aw."
picture. Yes, my
Yes.
baby. She's so
Yeah.
pretty, Leia. She's going to be 2
Two already.
in January.
Time
So
goes
that's
by
how
fast.
quick it went by. Yeah.
It does. It goes
It
by
does.
fast. Ya está caminando.
Oh,
and
yeah.
everything.
She's getting into everything. She's being a brat, you know, like she's supposed to.
Regular baby.
Regular baby stuff.
And that's
yeah.
what grandparents are for, to spoil.
Yeah, I had dog toys because we have so many dogs.
Yes.
Now I have baby toys again.
Aw,
So it's
that the dogs
exciting.
sometimes get
Oh
into
no, I have to keep them away because if not, she'll be like handing the little plastic fruit to them or like, yeah, it's really good.
I have a 3-year-old, and I have videos when she was smaller. That the dog loved being around her because like she would walk around with like a
A
panecito,
paleta
cookie,
or
and,
algo. Yep.
It was like a love-and-hate relationship with them.
Oh, I know. They'll drop everything, so they're like little vacuums,
See.
either the kids or the puppies.
Yeah.
You're like, oh no, you gotta watch everything on the ground.
Yes.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
So I am born and raised in Imperial, in the city of
Hey,
Imperial. Well, I was
okay.
actually born in Brawley, but raised in Imperial.
Okay.
So I'm on my 40-something years of age, so I've lived there my whole life.
20-something.
Sure. No, we can't say that. But no, I grew up in Imperial. I went to Ben Holtz. I went to Frank Wright when it was this little tiny like building and then 2 little trailers.
No way.
Before it got taken
Yeah.
over by the high school. And then I went to
So where
Imperial
the
High
high
School.
school's at before that was the middle school?
Yeah, you know, the way back, kind of where the buses are, there's one building and then there's a bunch of trailers behind it. It used to be just that one building was a Frank Wright back then.
No way. How cool.
Yeah, I'm old.
You are not. You are
But
not.
no, I grew up here. So, and then I went to IVC.
Okay.
I was a nerd. I always knew I wanted
Yeah.
to be a nurse. So, you know, I'm a nurse.
Yeah.
But I think in my 8th grade, what do you call it? The yearbook. It even says, good luck on being a nurse. Like, I've always known I
So it
wanted
was
to be a
something
nurse.
you've always known.
Oh, yeah. And so I went to IVC, did their nursing program there, the Associates of Nursing. And so I've been a nurse, oh my gosh, forever, it seems like.
So what made you like want to become a nurse?
So let me start off. I wanted to be a doctor,
Okay.
right? I wanted to be a doctor. And then it was the little candy striper and the auxiliary. I had the little outfit and everything. I would volunteer at El Centro.
Okay.
And when I started to volunteer, I started to notice that I didn't want to do the doctor stuff. I
Yeah.
wanted to do the nursing stuff.
Okay.
So I went that route and got my degree at IBC.
Okay.
Then later on, I went through UOP, University of Phoenix.
Okay.
This was way back when there wasn't really a University of Phoenix. You would meet like in the hotel conference rooms or online. I'm talking, this is a long time ago.
Yeah.
And then life happened. I had to take some time off,
Okay.
and we can talk about that later. But life
Alrighty.
happened, and then I got a wild hair up my butt, and I was like, I'm gonna go back for my nurse
That's
practitioner.
awesome. So you
Yeah.
started off as a nurse though first?
Oh,
and
yeah.
then- Okay, because I know because I used to work at a doctor's. I worked at different doctor's offices.
Yeah.
And I know that some people you can go straight into the field, and,
Uh-huh.
and then some people become nurses first, and then. But
Yeah.
I will go into that in a
Yeah,
little bit.
yeah.
So tell me a little bit about you
So
your
I'm-
siblings.
I got one brother. We're
Okay.
not the typical, large Mexican family. I have my mom who's still alive. My dad was, killed. He was the Caltrans worker who was killed on the highway. So if you're going to San Diego, you
Wow.
can see the Jaime Obeso. That was
I'm so
my
sorry
dad.
about that.
Yeah, it's been 11 years now.
Well, he was working.
He was working when he was killed.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
So
How old were you? This was 11
I was
years, you said?
31.
Okay.
30, 31, I want to
Wow.
say. 30 or 31.
Man,
So that was a really trying time.
I
And,
can imagine. Yeah.
yeah, back then I was going through a divorce. We were newly separated. And
Okay.
so that happened and work happened.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things going on
Yeah.
at that time. But now I'm remarried.
Okay. Hey,
I
I have
have-
the pleasure of meeting
Yes,
your boo-boo,
my-
your
my-
boo thing.
My hubby, Omar, and he
Really
has
nice.
3 kids. I have my 3 kids, and we
Okay.
have 3 dogs. So we're like the Brady Mexican.
The
Yeah,
Mexican Brady bunch.
exactly.
Oh, that's awesome. And everybody gets along
Oh,
great.
super good. Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
so cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
super good.
And
Yeah.
what about, so growing up, you and your brother, cuánto tiempo?
We have 5 years between us. So
Okay.
we fought like cats and dogs when we were little. Yeah. But no, now, we get along, of course. And
It's a sibling. I mean, everybody, like,
I
I
think
have
so.
3 sisters, and now we get along perfect. But growing up, it was like, Mom, she took this, or Mom, this, or yeah.
I know. I think
that's,
like we used to fight. I would lock him out. He would try and we were bad when we were little.
Yeah.
My mom probably went crazy with us. But no, we get along. My sister-in-law, I love her.
Aw.
And then they have 3 kids as well. So yeah,
Okay.
it's good.
That's awesome. And what was high school and middle school and all that great stuff like? What did it look like for you? Were you like una traviesa?
Oh no,
Were
I'm a
you
nerd.
you know
Like
what?
I'm a
I
nerd through and
knew-
through.
Yeah.
I knew what I was gonna do. I got pretty good grades in school. I was that probably overachiever even then because I did ASB. I was in clubs. My senior year, I got my CNA license.
Oh
like
my
I knew
goodness.
what I was gonna do.
You were determined.
I was on
like,
it. Yeah,
yes,
I was
yes.
on it. I was working at hamburger stand way back when I was 16. So yeah, I was always working and going to school. And I think even in high school, if I remember correctly, I did
Yeah.
attend IBC as well.
No way.
Yeah.
So you were like, I know what I want. I'm going after it.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, super nerd.
And
yeah.
what about was it something like que tu mamá or your dad los inculcó?
You know,
or was it just like,
I'm
you know
the
what?
first one in my family to graduate from college,
Oh,
right?
congratulations.
So
That's
my parents, they had their high school degree. My mom was a correctional officer for a little bit until
Oh.
she was hurt on the job. My dad, when we were younger, he was in farming, so he would be out in the fields from morning to night, and then later on he went to go work for Caltrans. So they had great jobs,
Yeah.
growing up, but it wasn't through the route of college, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. So you're going back to your dad. Was it like how did that happen? Like, what was that process like for the family?
That was terrible, right? I remember I was working in the ER. I was doing information systems back then, and I went to the ER to go do something that day to make something. And I remember my best friend, I say she's a bruja, but she's a Christian woman, but she has this intuition sometimes.
Yeah.
And she's all, you need to call your dad. And I'm like, okay. I called my dad. It was close to the time he would be coming in. And then I called my mom, and she's like, oh yeah, I just talked to your dad. Well, in the emergency room, you can hear when there's calls out, or you can hear the radio, what's going on or what's coming in. And they had said that there was an accident.
Oh, man.
And I didn't know, and it happened to be that it was my father. So I found out when I was done doing my IT job, I was walking out, and my best friend kind of looked at me, and she gave me that look, and I of course I collapsed.
Oh my
I felt so
gosh.
bad, yeah.
And what are like the odds that you were there. At the
Yeah. It's like a novella almost,
Yeah.
because the gentleman who killed my father was actually there in the ER at the same time.
Oh my! I can't imagine like the emotions in which
I
you were
didn't
going.
know. I
Okay.
didn't know. I didn't know that that was the person.
Yeah.
I walked in, I see this guy handcuffed to the bed, and later on I found out. Oh, because probably I would have gone crazy on the dude.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness! Well, the good thing, I mean, you had your friends there, and you were
Yeah,
surrounded by.
I was a blessing
Yeah.
in that sense that my best friend was there.
Oh
Yeah,
my
Angie. Yeah.
Well, I'm so sorry for the loss of your family and yourself. And
I was a daddy's girl for sure.
I was gonna ask you that.
I was a daddy's girl for sure. Yeah.
So well, we know he's in a better place.
And, of course. Yeah.
And you got to enjoy him those years, but it doesn't make it any easier.
No. I think he would be like proud and excited to see like my family and the things that I've gone on.
Oh, I can assure you that he would be proud of how far you've gone and what you've accomplished and everything. So how long did it take you? Because I know I've heard that back then it was easier to do like the whole. Well, you correct me if I'm wrong. Like the whole the nursing program was not.
It was always competitive, but knock on wood, I can't reach, but I was able to get in the first try.
Okay.
But nowadays it's super competitive to get into any nursing program. So now there's SDSU. They're going to be having a program here, which will hopefully alleviate some of the students who want to get in. I love IVC. There's still that nursing program, and then some people do other routes, right? They might start with LVN. They might start with RN. So there's a lot of opportunities. You just got to figure out which one you want to go to.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Well, and then I was going to ask you también, like, I know there's like a lot of people who like are looking to pursue like something in the nursing or medical field, but they just feel like, it's maybe they don't feel like they're adequate enough, or they just feel like it's because I think it's kind of scary when people want, what advice do you have for people that, are.
So, when you're trying to get in, you really got to get good grades in your sciences, right? Your anatomy, your physiology, your statistics, unfortunately. And I'm horrible at math, right? You got to get tutors. If you got to get tutors, do it. But I honestly feel if there's something you really want to do, you can make it happen, right? You will. It doesn't matter what obstacles are going on, what's going on in your life per se. If this is what your priority is, you will make it a priority to make it happen. Nowadays, I think it's a lot more competitive. There's a TEAS test that they have to do, and I was like, shoot, I don't know if I passed that test back then.
I even know, like, just to get into the nursing program now, because I just had, like, friends and stuff. Because I know they say that IVC, like, has one of the best programs.
They do have a great program. Okay. They do have a great program, but it's hard anywhere to get in. Yeah. Anywhere. But no, I mean, it's focusing on your sciences. Just realize that it's a sacrifice for a little bit once you get in, and then you'll be good after that. But I taught at the college for a little bit, and they would tell me like, "Oh my gosh, it's so hard." I'm like, "I know, I've been there. I've done that.
I understand."
Yeah.
So going back to how did you meet your husband?
So he and I went to high school together, but then I didn't know him for a good while, and then I saw him at the gym one day at 413. Kind of, but he was a pelon now. He had hair back then. He still has hair, but he shaved his head.
He's so nice.
Yeah, and then he looked a little bit different. But we started talking at the gym, and then we did not stop talking after that.
Did you guys just like remember like, oh, we went to high school?
Yeah.
Did you guys talk in high school or not really?
No, not really.
Okay.
No, not really, not at all.
You're like, I was focused. Like I had no distractions.
Yeah, no, it was different. And so I saw him at the gym, and literally we started talking every day after that, and that was it.
No way. So 413, like
413.
Hey, 413.
Thanks,
shout out. Shout out to 413.
Yeah,
you guys did something really good.
It was at the other 413.
Because I remember
they moved.
We had Summer on the last podcast episode. So I remember they used to be in a different location.
Exactly. That's where it was at.
Oh, how cool. Awesome. So how long after you guys met did you guys?
We were married within a year.
No way. Oh,
yeah.
When you
I think that's true when you're older and you know.
But even like when you're younger, like me and my husband, like it was fast. I mean, like when you know, you just know. Like some people, like no shame. Didn't date for a couple years. But I just feel like we just knew, and we were just wanted, like you just know, you know.
No, we've been married 5 years now.
5 years, oh.
Yeah, it went by quick.
Yeah, it does go by. It goes by
super
quick. And I remember seeing you guys together at this chamber gala.
Yeah.
And you guys just look so cute together.
So
thank
happy.
You. So
no,
nice.
he's handsome.
And you have 3 kiddos.
I have 3 that I gave birth to, and then he has 3 too. So we're a little mixed family.
What are the ages?
My oldest is 22 now. She moved away. She's in Lake Forest. I always have to think about it. Lake Forest. She works. She was going to school, but she's working for Rouse. So I love you, Gianna. And then my boys, they're still in high school. One is 17, and then the other one is 15.
Okay.
And then we have Brittany, she's the one with the baby.
Okay.
And she lives with her boyfriend, Jordan, and then the baby. And then we have Alexa, who's still in the house with us. She's 21 now. And then we have Junior. He's with his mom sometimes, and then he'll come over as well, too.
Did any of your kiddos want to pursue the medical field?
my last hope maybe is the 2 little ones of mine, the
Okay.
boys. My son is in ROP. They have a fire science, and so he's enjoying that.
Nice.
And it's cool. He has to wear the uniform sometimes, and they get to do the stuff.
How fun.
And then the little one, if he still wants to head that route, he wants to be a nurse anesthetist. So
Okay.
yeah.
Well, hey,
We'll see.
That's good.
I was like, thank you.
They have
Thank you for doing the nursing.
You have the whole teaching, you have the experience side, and you'll benefit.
And their dad is an ER nurse too, so they have it from both sides.
Oh, nice. Okay,
Yeah.
so they'll be great nurses if they decide.
I
to
hope
go
so.
that path.
I hope so.
I'm pretty sure they'll be great nurses.
Yeah, he has homework for his oh my gosh, I think it's Introduction to Health or something like that.
Okay.
And I go, you can ask your mom. He's like, no.
I got this. Mom.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that sounds like you have an amazing family. Everybody, I had the pleasure of, going to your house. It smelled like pizza that day.
Yes. I think we were big. Yeah. I know. When we're busy, it's hard. You gotta cook, crock pot it, order out.
I had the pleasure of hearing your dogs también.
Oh my gosh. Let's not talk about the dogs. We can though. But I have Edgar, you know the poet Edgar Allan Poe.
Yes.
So it's Edgar Allan Pug, the pug.
How cool. How cute.
Gianna named him. And then we have Otto. He's a German short hair pointer. So he goes hunting with my husband. And then, it's pretty cool. He gets down. He does this little pointer thing. And then we have the Frenchie Remy.
Oh,
he's a baby.
So it must be a fun house to be in.
It is, but it gets loud, like you heard, right? It gets super loud.
They did good. They did good when we went over.
Shut up, Remy.
Awesome. Well, we're gonna go on a commercial break, and then we'll be back to continue and get to know a little bit more about you. If you guys are following along till now, thank you guys so much. We have so much more to get into and talk about. And right now, we're gonna pass a commercial from our sponsor, Nana's Kitchen. Check it out.
Hi, my name is Brenda and I'm the owner of Nana's Kitchen. We wanted to invite you to try our new healthy menu with many options to choose from. For example, gluten-free and keto and so many more. Visit us at 502 West 8th Road, Suite 103 in the city of Imperial, or call us at 760-457-6077 to place your order ahead. Because being healthy has never tasted so good. Only at Nana's Kitchen.
Hey guys, so head out to Nana's Kitchen. I had the pleasure of working there a couple of days of the week, and I can tell you the temptation is real. I have to be because just the smell and everything is so delicious there. So head over to Nana's Kitchen, and we are here with my friend. If you're just tuning in, Obeso Martinez.
Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you
girl.
again.
So
Nana's Kitchen's bomb.
Nana's Kitchen is good.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's hard. It's hard to stay away from those tacos when you're trying to be good.
I don't know how you wouldn't weigh 500 pounds.
Oh, I'm getting there.
I'd be like, let me try that.
Yes. And then Brenda's always telling me they're always coming up with new try this, and I'm like, really? I'm like, you want to be the skinny one in this relationship, huh?
No, you guys can even out.
Yeah.
That's how me and my friend are. We're like, one of us can't be skinny together. Yeah. So now we're just kind of going, so it's okay.
So I love stories. Since I was little, I love a good story. Okay. Especially I've always liked the medical field.
I have stories. Good stories, bad stories, sad stories.
I want all of them. Give me one of each. Give me a good story, a sad story.
So the best. Well, so I've been a nurse forever and a day, it seems like. Yeah. I started in the medical field literally when I was 19 years old.
Okay.
I was what they call a huck back then, or the emergency room secretary, I guess.
Okay.
And so back then,
when you register patients?
No, this is in the back. If you're, this is paper charting. This is the whole time. And you had paper charting. You would send over the orders. You would make copies of the charts. You would answer the phones, that kind of thing. Okay. And this is back when the ER used to be on this side where the new entrance is in El Centro. Okay. That's on the whole time. But it was great growing up there, so to speak, because you got to learn and see so much. I mean, from car accidents, unfortunately, you would see fractures, you would see people, having a baby, you would see everything. So it was amazing place to literally grow up and start my career.
Yeah. And then you were able to see if this was going to be something that you wanted to pursue, right?
Yeah, because I mentioned, I had been in the CNA program through IVRP with Reina Saldañas. I love her. She finally retired. But so I did the CNA. I'm telling you, the ultimate nerd. The day after high school, back in the day, the phlebotomy program was a weekend course. So I got my phlebotomy. I had my
And
EMT,
now it's like what?
like
it's a
6
whole-
weeks,
yeah.
maybe or more. I don't even know. But I got my EMT back then, and then I just kind of moved up the chain,
Yeah.
right? So if you want experience, that's one way to go about it. Maybe try CNA, try EMT, something like that.
Yeah.
The best time during, I was a good luck charm, I want to say.
Okay.
Because Calexico and El Centro back in the day used to have a lot of calls.
Okay.
And when I was doing my EMT like training or whatever you want to call
So
it,
you were in the ambulance.
I was in the ambulance, yeah,
cool.
but they never got any calls when I did my time.
No.
Zero calls. Zero calls. I'm talking Calexico
Yeah.
on the weekend. Back then,
Nada.
they used to have like stabbings and shootings. No, zero calls.
Oh my god.
Zero calls. El Centro, I go and do time over there. Zero calls.
No way.
Yeah. They're
And you're like,
like,
come
oh,
on,
you're,
somebody
I
get
know.
injured.
They had to like make up scenarios for
Yeah.
me to learn from because, yeah, I got
That's so
zero
funny.
calls back then. I was like, this place is supposed to be popping.
Yeah.
Calexico, nothing.
You
I
should
was
have been a police officer
super
then.
good luck charm. But no, working in the ER, you literally see everything, everything from, people who are on drugs to people in accidents and yeah, there's
What was
a
one of
lot
your
out there.
craziest stories? Like that till this day, you're still like it's at the top of like.
I don't know if it's a story per se, but I don't normally get squeamish with things.
Okay.
Like never.
Okay.
Because you would see a lot, right?
Yeah.
But there was one time somebody had a degloving. Do you remember the Crypt Keeper, the little manita that he had? It was like an old show. It's called the Crypt Keeper. Well, anyways, this guy or person, I don't even remember if it was a guy or a girl. They had a degloving. So literally all the tendons, the muscles, everything was exposed.
Okay.
Right? And so you have to put pressure on it. So I remember just here with this skeleton muscle looking hand, and I was just like, I never got squeamish until I started like staring at it a lot, and then I was like, that was the one time I got
Well,
squeamish.
how did that even happen?
Your hand can get caught like in machinery, or it can get caught in like an engine, in the skin, in the.
It just like peeled off.
Yeah.
And
I'm holding it, and I'm staring at it.
And then what is a person like? You guys give like morphined up already?
Oh
by
yeah,
then?
you give them lots of drugs and you make them comfortable,
good stuff.
and you're just like, "Are you okay?" And I'm looking at it like,
Oh my! So that's what happened to that person, like a machine.
I think a
accident?
machine or something. This was 10,000 years ago.
Yeah.
It seemed like, but yeah.
Oh my
It was.
gosh.
That was the one time I got squeamish.
Okay.
Yeah, we would have people who would be on drugs. You would have people who you had to like corral a little bit because they would be trying to run out the ER while they're,
All
under the
hyped up and
influence.
stuff, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So it was never like, it's never boring, right? Because
Never. I loved the ER.
Yeah.
Like you can get kind of burnt out after a while because you
imagine.
see so much and you kind of are desensitized to certain things. When I would leave to go try a different department, I ended up still going back to the ER.
Yeah, like it kept pulling you back. You thought,
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
So did you? I know that you're a nurse practitioner. So tell us a little bit about that. Like, what is a nurse practitioner?
So I am a board certified nurse practitioner. Like I was mentioning, I got my associates and I got my bachelor's at UOP. And then when I got that wild hair at my butt, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back for my master's and my doctorate. So I went through University of Arizona.
Okay.
So in California, you're allowed to see patients. You're allowed to write prescriptions. You're allowed to do treatment plans. However, you have to be under a license of a physician. Yeah. So when I first started out, I did OBGYN.
Okay.
Never thought I would do OBGYN,
Yeah.
and I loved it.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved it.
I used to work with doctors a day. In Imperial OBGYN.
Yeah. I loved it so much. But unfortunately, that person closed their practice, and so then I did a little bit at the county. I did a little bit at urgent care, and then I finally landed in internal medicine for a good while.
Oh, cool.
And so I was there for, I want to say 4 years or so. And I just recently switched over to cardiology,
Nice.
which I love.
How long do you have there? ¿Cuánto tiempo ya tienes en
6
cardiology?
months, I want to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
OBG
But as a nurse practitioner, I've been one for 6 years.
6
though.
years. OBGYN, what was something that like... that you
It was
see-
amazing because you would see the person, the
Yeah.
lady, and the man, whatever, and they were trying to get pregnant, right?
Yeah.
And then they got pregnant, and then now they're pregnant.
Yeah.
And I would follow them through the whole
process,
pregnancy,
yeah.
and then they're like, "Are you going to deliver me?" I'm like, "No, I can't."
Yeah.
So
But now as a nurse practitioner, if the doctor is there in the delivery room, are you able to deliver?
I don't know the rules because I never delivered.
Okay. Was it something that you would have wished?
But
you
no,
could have
nurses catch all the time
Yeah.
because the doctors don't make it on time.
See,
But you can
did it ever happen to you?
No,
Okay.
no, not in the ER. We would like wheel them quickly.
To
Go
the
over there to
OB,
go
yeah.
deliver. Yeah, we don't want. No, it's too
Yeah.
much. But no, I never delivered. But I know there's two nurse practitioners
Okay.
that can deliver there in Brawley at the
Oh,
Women's
cool.
Health Center. So yeah, they can deliver and do
Nice.
everything. Yeah, it's
So
cool.
you were at the OBGYN and then you went to urgent care?
For a little bit.
Okay.
Mhm.
And
And then internal medicine.
Oh,
yeah.
nice. So urgent care, what was that experience like? Is it kind of like the
My
hospital or
first
different?
no, it was a little bit. I mean, ER is fast paced, but this was
Yeah.
more fast paced. It was literally my first job per se
Okay.
in an urgent care after my licensure,
Mm-hmm.
and it was during winter time. And you know, winter times are always busy. People are sick, and she saw, hey, you need to hurry up. And I'm like, this is my first day here, right? Because there
Aw,
was
yeah.
like, I don't know, 30
bunch of
patients we
people,
saw
yeah.
that day or something. But yeah, you get better, you get quicker.
Well,
and
of course, it's like almost
Yeah.
anything. When you first start off, it's gonna take you a while just to get the
the groove,
groove
and
then I know it went from like I remember when I started working at a clinic when I first moved down to the valley. También todo era paper charts. So I remember the whole transition from paper charts
to electronic. Yeah.
and I know that a lot of physicians and doctors batallaron with the whole like
it's a big
yeah.
changeover, and if
Yeah.
your system goes down, everybody's
Yeah.
like, what do
Yes,
I do?
everybody goes crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, you just write it down.
Yeah.
Old school. But no, urgent care was fun.
Okay.
I had a great group of girls I worked with, but it was that first like week or two, I was just like, whoa.
Yeah.
But no, it gets easier after a while.
So what has been your experience shifting from a nurse to like a nurse practitioner?
So as a nurse, right, you work, depending on where you work,
Okay.
let's preface it with that. You might work 3/12s
Okay.
and then you're done, right?
Yeah.
So you can go party, you can go on vacation, you can go do stuff with your kids,
Yeah.
go to your doctors, right?
Yeah.
And when I went to the MP side, it's now 5 days a week.
Okay.
That's mine. It doesn't mean that's everybody's
Yeah.
schedule, but yeah, that was a little bit of a learning
Yeah.
curve. Oh man, I got to work 5 days a week
Yeah.
now. So you get used to it now.
So
But
do you miss the ER?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
There's I know that there's nurse practitioners que trabajan in the
They do.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
they do. I just didn't go that route.
Okay.
But no, I like what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
But it's definitely more responsibility, right?
Okay.
Because now you're the one responsible for writing the prescriptions and analyzing the labs
Yeah.
and the treatment plans and stuff like that.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
It's something like I can tell something you really love to
I do love it. I
so
do.
6 months in el cardiologist.
Mhm.
How's that been?
It's good.
Yeah.
It's you're a novice again in the sense that this is a whole different animal. So
Yeah.
I'm learning to ask a lot of questions, right?
Yeah.
You can't not ask questions for something you don't know.
Yeah.
But now I work for a good cardiologist, so he's very patient with me, and all the other doctors are great too.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So what has been your experience working with the cardiologist as far as like patient, like something that's happened to you that's just been like
It's a lot different. For instance, when I was in internal medicine, I would see a patient after they had like a cardiac angiogram or an open heart surgery or something like that. Now I'm like telling them, hey, I need to send you for an open heart surgery or a cabbage or a cath. So you're on the different end of that spectrum of it. It's affordability for medications for a lot of patients.
Yeah.
You want to give them the best treatments, and sometimes, unfortunately, they can't afford it, which
Yeah.
is sad, just across the board, right? And then just getting to know the patient since they don't
Yeah.
know me yet, since
Yeah.
I'm new there. They're like, who are you? And
Yeah.
so it's going
And it's that interesting because a lot of patients are like that at first. Like when you try to assign them to like a new provider or something, they're like, no.
I want to go with this one. Yes,
And
yes.
when they finally do meet them, and like I said, you have I have not a patient of yours, but
Yeah.
I know you as far as your personality and
Yeah.
you're just so sweet and kind. So I know that you're also also follows
They're
you
starting
to
to
your
warm
career.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Follow
like,
you to
okay,
your
I'll
career.
see you. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, yes, y nos pasaba like afterwards, like they pedían like that practitioner, that guy.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
but-
It takes a while, and
Yeah.
that's okay because it's a very personal relationship. You're a physician, you're a nurse practitioner,
Yeah.
whatever it is, and so you want to have that confidence in who's taking care of you, right? And hope that they're
Yeah.
doing the best for
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
And what has been your like experience as far as like being a woman in this field? Do you feel?
So, I'm not going to lie. I could have the white coat on. I could
Yeah.
have my stethoscope on, and they'll be like, are you the nurse?
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, technically. But I will also be treating you today.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll, if let's just put it honestly, if a man's in a white coat, they'll always assume it's a doctor, right? Yeah. And still there's that. Yeah. I don't take it to heart. It is what it is. And so I just like, I'm going to be taking care of you today. And but as far as opportunities in the Valley, there's a lot of women nurse practitioners, which is amazing.
I have seen that. Like I said, I worked a while for en Clínicas de Salud when I first got down here. And then after Clínicas, I went over to Doctors a Day, the OBGYN. Yes. Great. I love Doctors a Day. Shout out Doctors a Day. But I have seen that in a growth in like nurse practitioners and women,
there's so many now. Yeah. So many. And a lot of my former students are going and getting their NP, and there's so many.
I know you said you wanted to be a doctor before. So what happened?
It wasn't anything necessarily that happened. I think it was just more that autonomy of being a nurse, and you can have, a 3-day work week, and you can change different departments. If you're a physician, you kind of just specialize in one thing, and you can't really cross over to something else, right? But as a nurse, when I was working bedside, I worked ER, I worked intensive care unit, I was a case manager for a little bit. What else did I do? I did oncology for a little while. So you have that capability of like, hey, you know what? I need a break from this. You can move to another department.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. So you got to have like a little bit a taste of like
de
todo.
Yes.
And you still like
PR is your thing. I still love it. But no, I mean, when you're younger and it's exciting, right? Yeah. You can do a lot with it. You learn a lot. And then I think that helped me with the transition into ICU because you would take care of those really sick patients in the ER. And then ICU is just very... you got to be type A, I think. And I worked well in there because I am type A. And now, cardiology, still got to pay attention to all those details and research everything and look at the how can I put it? The whole chart, right? The patient's lifespan and to figure out what's going on with them.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, that's so great. I know I've had different experiences with like different working in different, like I said, doctor's office and stuff like that. And I have a friend that was an ER nurse, and I know que no es para todos. She was saying that she started and she, but she was saying it was really overwhelming.
I and can stuff like be.
That. Yeah, it was really overwhelming. But she tried it, and that's what I'm saying. Like
you got to try it. You got to see what you like. Like people always assume, oh, you got to go work med surg. I never did. Like right out of school, I went straight to the ER, and then I did other stuff. Yeah. But it was funny that it's what I taught was med surg. I'm like, I'm sorry, but
and kudos to nurses. You guys put up. Well, you guys put up with a lot of different stuff. One of my cousins is a ultrasound technician at the hospital, and she says like they put up with so much. Like
I've been cussed out. They try to hit me. There's patients when I'm like triaging them back in the day, I would be going through you grab their bag to get their medicines and you see like a knife in there and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna put it over here for you. You
guys put up with a lot of different stuff. I remember I was watching it's funny, like a TikTok and he had posted era como un ultrasound tech and he was just posting like he didn't share any information and stuff like that, but he's like, I'm glad I decided to go this route. He's all because you could just hear like a patient in the
like
back
screaming,
yelling, like cussing out, like it's just like you guys are real superheroes. You guys are the real heroes.
I love my nurses who are still like at the bedside. Oh man, they're awesome. They're my superheroes también because especially with the COVID and the pandemic and everything that happened, that took a toll on a lot of people.
Were you working in the ER during that
time?
I
wasn't. This is the last years ago. I was still in internal medicine back then, and so I would see my patients and have to test them. We were testing them outside and stuff, and then unfortunately some did pass, which is sad. And then those who could get treatment, right, we would send them to the ER for the antibodies and so forth.
And what was did you you have communication with like friends that were still in the ER? How was it
my best friend still works in the ER.
She's still there?
Oh yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, she's still there. And I go, are you ever gonna leave? I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see, exactly. But no, most of them, a few have finally kind of switched, but no, she's still there.
How cool. She loves it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a love-hate. I think
Yeah.
sometimes on those good days you love it, right?
Yeah.
And then some days you're just like, oh my gosh.
Oh,
But no, it's just like anything, right?
Yeah.
It could happen if you're working anywhere.
Yeah.
You have good days and bad days.
Definitely. Alrighty, guys. So thank you guys if you guys are still here listening to this amazing story, just everything that, goes on behind, being a nurse practitioner. Thank you guys so much. And we are going to go on a short commercial break. We're going to show you a video from Precision Photography and Multimedia. Check it out. Have you wanted to create a podcast, but you don't know where to start, what you need, and what it entails? Do I need a microphone? Do I need some headphones? Do I need a camera? Do I need an interface? Do I need a computer? Yes, you do. But not just any computer, a computer that has the software and the equipment to create great production for your podcast. Worry no more. Here at Precision, we will edit with great quality. We will do everything for you. All you need to do is come, sit down, and share your knowledge with everybody, and we will do everything else. We will even upload it for you. I mean, we will do it all. DM us for more info. Hey guys, so if you guys are looking to have a podcast, you're like, I have so many ideas and so many things to share with the world, and you're just like, I don't know where to start, I don't know how to do it. You guys, we got you. Send us a message, and we will be happy to explain it to you, tell you about the process and how to go about that. And I know that all of you guys have something to share, and you guys have people that want to know what you guys think and what you guys have to say. And I also want to thank the Chamber of Commerce of Brawley for partnering with Precision Photography for our Valley Culture podcast. Thank you so much. And we are back here with our guest of honor.
Thank you.
So I know that you're really involved in the community. I remember when I was working at Nana's a couple weeks ago, you came in like, I'm going to go read to a group of kids right now.
I did.
Yes, how did that go?
I'm in Imperial Valley Breakfast Rotary. Well, it's not Imperial. It's the city of Imperial. But it's the Imperial Valley Breakfast Rotary. So we meet on Wednesdays, 7 a.m. We get a good breakfast. But our thing that day was to go read to the kindergartners. Okay. So we read a dinosaur book. And then the dinosaurs came out. And it's amazing. I don't remember all the dinosaur names. I don't know if you do. But I read like T-Rex. Okay, I can remember that. But they're like, oh my gosh. And they know all the dinosaurs. And so they were some were kind of scared. I'm not going to lie. But they were really excited to see the dinosaurs. So yeah, some gave him a hug or her hug, and then some shook their little hands. Aww. It was really cute.
Where do you guys meet to do this? Is it just like different locations?
So that was kind of in partnership with the Imperial City Library. And so we had the dinosaur book. We came out there. I unfortunately, because of work, had to only go to one. But some of the other Rotary members got to read to the different schools that we have here in Imperial.
How was it reading to kindergartens? Was it hard?
They were actually really attentive. I thought there would be like little wiggly worms, but no, they were really attentive. They were really into the story. They were really excited when the dinosaurs walked in. So yeah, it was good.
Oh, I can imagine. I remember we have one of our friends. He does like school photography and stuff. Okay. Like that. So a couple of weeks ago, my husband fue con él, and they did like kindergartners, and he was like, "Oh man, like just to get these kids to sit down and look at the camera." He's like, "It was a mission." But te pregunto, like, how was that?
Somebody posted it on Facebook. I don't know where it was. Their kids like photo, and it was just like hilarious. Sí. Like some kids are very stoic, and they're just like. No, this kid was like all animated in the picture. I was like, oh my gosh, it's awesome.
Yeah, you would be like smile, and they would smile looking.
I know, or they make like the funniest, like cheesy smile. Yeah, it's great.
No, awesome. So what other community events or?
So I'm in Mana, the Imperial Valley. Mana's a great Latina women organization. It's nationwide. Cool. However, we have a great group of women on the board serving, and we give back. Right? It's not a service club. It is a national organization. So we do things like a Hermanitas program, which has leadership, skill building, mental health awareness. They'll do different sessions with the young ladies from, I want to say, 13 or 12 years old to 18 years old. Cool. Our group itself, when we raise money for scholarships, last year we were able to give back $21,000 in scholarships to Imperial Valley local high schoolers, IVC, and so forth. And so,
like the women or is it like in general?
No, our group. So we have a board of women who are from the community, and so we all work towards the goal of either doing a community service project. Right now, I'm the community service director. Yeah, I've been it for the last 2 years, and December is my time. But it's been amazing to to see the different members of the valley, right? And who needs what. For instance, we gave, oh my gosh, I think over 2,000 water bottles for the water hydration stations during the summertime.
Okay.
We've done backpacks for the ACE program, full of all the stuff that they need. We've done, just most recently during December last year, beanies, scarves, socks for our senior residents, who are in the nursing homes here locally. Wow. I mean, we have a women's leadership conference as well, which is amazing. Okay, and they'll have different sessions. Yeah, this last year was at SDSU. Okay, we had a young ladies conference, which was kind of focused on STEM, what you kind of want to be when you're growing up. And they had different presenters come out and talk to all the girls. So it was amazing. So, and then this thing that you guys did, the conferences, is it like different age groups or like any age group? The young ladies women's conference was I want to say 13 to 18. 13, that's so cool. And so some of the schools partnered up and they would bring them on the bus and they would be able to attend all the sessions. They got a lunch, they had guest speakers. It was a really great program. That sounds like so cool. Like, it's a lot of community outreach. Yeah. Inspire other, young girls that, seek, and then like having people like you as part of like just I didn't speak there. I was just I'm like, I'm gonna hand out shirts. I handed out shirts that day to all the girls that came in. But no, we have, when they have the different panels or the different classes, it might be on financial literacy, health, mental health, anything you can think of, skill building. The younger ladies, they might do resume building or how to fill out a FAFSA even, right? When you're trying to apply for college. Yeah. So there's that. And then I sit on the ARC board as well. And so if you know ARC, they've been is like here. The after school program? No, this one is for are disabled but abled. So they have a recycling program. They have actually partner ownership of the Strike Zone. They have Mozzarelli's and Imperial. So our challenged individuals, they're able to find jobs and find placement and also classes and skill building. And so they're out there working too. Awesome. And is community, what does community mean to you? Like being able to give back, like is that really important for you? It's very important for me, in the sense that if you are able to, you should, right? Be it in church, be it in your community, be it with your kids' school, PTO, whatever it is. I think it's important if you have the capability and the time to be able to give back in something that you're passionate about. Yeah. Awesome. And I know, because we had the opportunity to work with you on a video. Yeah. Tell us a little about that. I know you're running for something. I'm running for Imperial City Council, and I think it's kind of like an extension of the community service. If you want to do good for your community, this is an opportunity to be able to do that, right? So if I don't get it, I'm still going to be doing my community service, right? I'm still going to be out there, still working with, the different needs of the valley, with MANA, with the Rotary, with ARC, whatever it is. I'm not going away. I'm still going to be out there helping. Awesome. So what are your plans for the future? Get through the weekend. No. Well, like future's more like day to day. Day to day. No, future plans, my kids are getting bigger and, you want to see them grow up and be healthy and do well in school and so forth and be nice, young gentlemen in the world. Nice. But that's like long term, right? Yeah. I want to go on a vacation with my husband, little things. Where are your vacation destinies? He likes to mountain bike. Okay. I mountain bike. Let's just put it that way. I go. I've crashed a bunch of times. No. Have you ever got hurt? Oh, I got hurt this last time we went. We went to Big Bear. But, I like spending time with my family, with my husband, of course, too, and my kids. Yeah. We attempt to snowboard. Okay. How'd that go? I fall again. This time I fell less. Hey, but you ain't no quitter. No, we try, right? We like doing those outdoor things. Yeah. As far as plans go, I don't have any, if I get on city council, that's a plan, right? I don't have this other plan after that. It's just, enjoying my family and my time. We both have motorcycles, so sometimes we'll go. You drive? I have a Harley. I have a Harley. You did not know that? No. Oh, I thought you knew that. Your next video. Like, vroom, vroom. No. My husband has this big old bike, which I can't ride because it's huge. Probably couldn't even, back it up a little. I've seen some. Some of them are, it has sizes. The bags on it, has the fairing, it's a road glide. It's a big bike, but he's a big guy. He's like 6'1". He is tall. He can do that bike. Me, I have a little iron 883. Okay. Yes. How fun though. You guys ride together a lot. We go. We try. Yeah. I'm still a little I've had a bike for a few years,
Okay.
but I still haven't gone to like San Diego on my own.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ya está hablando como cosas amigas mayores.
Yeah. But I drove to Calexico the other day to
Hey.
work, and I think that's an adventure if you can drive to Calexico on a moto.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh my, that is so cool.
Yeah.
How was it like as far as like driving it? I mean, was it like, are people like cautious with motorcycle riders? Or
I want to say no. A lot of people need
Yeah.
to look out for motorcycle
Yeah.
riders, right? We have a lot of riders when the weather gets a little bit cooler
Yeah.
because you don't want to be riding 140 degrees, right? I mean, you can, but
Yeah.
it gets really hot.
Yeah.
You need to watch out for the riders. You really do. Some people won't notice you and they'll try to like swerve into
Yeah.
your lane. I have my pipes. They're pretty loud, but even
Okay.
then people have their music on, their
Yeah.
AirPods on. They're like texting and I'm like, hey, don't hit me. Yeah.
It was funny when I was que fuimos a Ensenada. I don't know if you ever, they rent like ATVs.
Oh.
And you can ride the ATVs on the street.
Uh-huh.
Like I was in this moto when I was kid. I can't believe being on a motorcycle. Like,
Yes.
did he teach you or you already knew?
No, I took a class when I turned 40.
cool.
I was like, I'm gonna get my
You are
motorcycle
so
license.
determined and driven. I
So
love
when
it.
I went, they had pre-COVID, right? They had classes at
Where do
IVC.
you go? Oh, IVC?
Yeah,
Okay.
IVC had a class back then, and there's little bikes and whatever, you ride them and you pass your class, and then
Do they make you do like the cones where you
oh
swerve
yeah,
and all that stuff?
you have to go fast and brake hard. You have to do the cones. And if you hit a cone, of course you're gonna flunk. Yeah,
No way, so it has
yeah,
to be like
yeah.
that.
It was fun.
How long was that program for?
2 days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And
2
after
days.
that, what do you do? Like you go to the
You
DMV and
go to
do, like,
DMV,
okay.
you take your license test.
Okay.
But you don't, if you take the class, you don't have to do the little driving test
Nice,
there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it took a little bit of pressure off?
Yeah, a little bit, but still. Then afterwards, I was like,
How does that work though? Because I know like when you get your driver license, they're in the car with you.
yeah.
And the motorcycle, how does that work? Like if you would have.
I guess when you have your sign off that
Uh-huh.
you've taken an approved course or whatever, then you're okay.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I took my little driving test.
Was
I had to
it-
take my driving
were you
test too because
yeah.
they're like, "Oh, you're renewing too quick," and I'm like, "What do you mean? I have to take my driving test? I haven't taken a driving test since I
And,
was
like,
16,
forever, yeah.
probably 15."
Because I know like now you just go and renew it. Yeah, ¿verdad?
Yeah, no, I had to take the test again. I was like,
to take it, I'd probably fail it.
I was like, let me study real
At
quick.
least
Where's your
look at
guys'
it.
little books? Yeah, because I was determined to take the motorcycle
Yeah.
test, and they're like, "Oh no, you got to take your driving test too." I was like,
The audacity.
"Yeah." I'm like, "Do I have to take a picture?"
You're like, hold on.
Hold up, let me fix
You're like, I
myself.
like the picture when I was 16.
I know it was bad. I got my both licenses.
Oh, that's so cool.
So-
Next time I invite you, you're gonna be a guest. You're like, oh yeah, I'm doing my pilot license.
I know,
Haces de
no.
todo, girly.
No.
You're like that
no.
one. I'll leave for.
I'll leave. I just want to like get better on my motorcycle, and then I'll want another one someday. Yeah.
So do you think during like with this whole weather changing, you thought that you'll ride it more to work?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Is it-
because I mean, I wear a full face helmet
Okay.
and then I wear my gear,
Yeah.
right? Because God forbid
Yeah, you
something
gotta be
happens.
safe.
But some people don't, and
Yeah.
they're out there, and I'm like, oh, they're probably nice and cool because they're just wearing
Yeah.
a t-shirt. But no, I still wear my gear.
Okay.
And by the time I get to work, if it's super hot, yeah, my hair is like all,
That's not good.
all sweaty.
Be 10 minutes in the restroom.
I'm like, hold up, let me go cool off in the back before I go
Aw.
see patients. No, it wasn't that bad the other morning. So I'll
Okay.
probably ride it a lot more.
Do you think one day you'll like work up the nerve to like drive up to San Diego?
Yeah, I will. I'm just being
No, it's not. It's just,
Yeah.
it's kind of nervous.
Yeah.
I get nervous driving to San Diego in my car. Like last week, I went to my family's from Bakersfield.
Okay.
So we drove, and every time I go down there with my husband, we go together, and he's the one driving. Yo like a mí me ruye el carro.
I
feel
always
like
drive.
Yeah.
Even in Mex.
No, he-
Mexicali, I'm driving.
Yeah.
San Diego, I'm driving. Everywhere
No,
I drive.
he gets really car sick. So even if he's in the front but he's not driving, like se marea bien
That's my twin. I get
Yeah.
car sick too.
Yeah.
That's why I have to drive.
So he's always driving,
Mm-hmm.
and so I don't, he's driving. I don't worry. A veces que hasta me quedo dormida.
You're like, oh.
Yeah, a mí me ruye el carro. I think when I was a baby, my mom would put me in the car. Yeah, y me dormía.
Yeah.
So this last time that I went, I was just like, LA traffic is like, people are crazy.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine driving a motorcycle in that traffic.
No,
Like in the car,
yeah.
I was already like, oh my gosh. I
No,
can't.
some people lane split. No, I can't.
Yeah.
No, I can't. Not
Yeah.
yet. Maybe someday, but nah, I'm
Yeah.
good right now.
You're not right now.
Mm-mm,
I
no.
value my life too.
Yeah.
Like, I have a lot of things to do.
I got
still.
a lot of things. Yeah. I can't lane split yet.
Yeah.
Maybe someday, but not right now.
Yes. No, está bien cura because like and last time I went to San Diego también like motorcycles.
Uh-huh.
I feel like don't you value your life? Like,
But it's legal in California, and
Yeah.
so they can get around. Like
Yes.
when we're sitting in traffic, they're all,
That's nice. I like that.
Yeah.
Like that's when I think that's the time when I want a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Or even like before I had the Sentry when we'd go to Mex, like they all the way to the front. Like,
I know.
think those are the times that I really wanted a motorcycle.
I know.
Now,
Don't you love your Sentry though?
I love it.
Yes.
Like thank God for the Sentry.
I
Like
know.
I wave bye to the people that are just.
I'm like,
Even
let's go
though
get
I used to be
tacos,
one
and
of
then
them,
let's go.
but I'm like now I like.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love
Thank
it
God
too.
for the Sentry.
All
Yes.
right. I haven't rode my bike down there
Yeah.
though. No, I because I don't have it on the bike,
Yeah.
but the car, yes.
Yes. Oh, that's awesome.
It's taco time.
Yeah. It's so nice. Like yesterday we went like, I don't know, unos tacos before the Sentry was like, ni modo, like, 'cause it's not worth the line. But now like, vamos a tacos and we come back. It's nice.
For reals.
I remember one of my pastors from church, they were like, they remembered there at the time when there was no Sentry. And I remember she was saying like, she's like, I used to pray, and I go, it's because of you. She goes, I used to pray for like way because they had their church over there. Like the linea, I remember like 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
So I used to pray that like there would be a way that you would be able to cross faster. And she's like a year after like praying about it, she's like, al año sacaron like I was like, so it's because of you. Thank you.
Thank you. I know, because even back in the day with Ready Lane, it was still like
no.
I
remember.
Sentry's the best.
Yes, we thank God for the Sentry. Yeah,
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you
us.
for
It's been a
having
pleasure,
me.
and I had the pleasure of meeting you, talking to you, and
Yeah.
I am so glad that now people get to see what an amazing and awesome person.
Thank
that
you. I appreciate it. You guys do good work. Thank you for all your good work in the community.
Thank you so much, and good luck. I know, like you said, even if you don't win, which we're hoping,
Yeah.
everything, fingers crossed. But I know that you are going to continue to be involved in the community, and I know that it does a lot of good.
Yes,
what
that's
you
the goal. Do good in the community. Be a good person.
Yes.
Do good things. Yeah.
So I know, and good. I mean, you have 6 months in cardiology. I think the next time you're always looking for doing something different. Next time we have you, ¿dónde estás? Maybe still there. Maybe
No, I'll be there. I'll be there. I love it.
Oh, that's so great. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of the Valley Culture Podcast. And we'll see you next time.